Yo, what's going on, Twitch chat? Wednesday night, which means we've got Mythic Society weekly event. I got a fun one. I asked on Twitter. I said, "Hey, Twitter, what do you want me to play?" And I got back a lot of answers saying Thrasta Tempest Roar, new Modern Horizons 2 card. Whenever you cast a spell, it costs 3 less for this turn. A big dumb dinosaur with a bunch of extra text. So yeah, we're gonna cast a bunch of spells. Playing some kobolds or Cheerios or whatever you call that these days. The whole set of, it's not the whole set actually. It's only 21. There are no Phyrexian walkers left. But I ended up playing all the red kobolds so that I could play Fury in the board, so I could actually kill Archon of Emeria and random creatures. So thanks to the Discord for pointing that one out. But basically, I've got, the Glimpse of Nature Cheerios thing. I've got Abundant Harvest with no lands but Cradles, and obviously my spell lands. So my Abundant Harvest naming land will always get me a Cradle, which is really, really nice. I've got Shepherds to make my green things uncounterable. And then I have Spirit Guides to help me cast this stuff. And then obviously we're casting multiple 0-drops so that we can play Thrasta. But we can also, use our Cradle mana to play Craterhoof Behemoth, or even cast Turn to Symbiosis, or I have an Eldritch Evolution set, which lets you turn your Thrastas into Behemoths or Grizzlebrand, or even turn a 0-drop into a Shepherd. I think overall the Eldritch Evolution package has been kind of bad, but I wanted to do something with my Thrasta, and it reminded me a lot of Allosaurus Shepherd or Allosaurus Rider in Modern. So I was like, what if we neoform it, but with green? So yeah, we're trying to do that instead. But I think that there's a pretty distinct possibility that these are just bad and they should be other things. So we'll see how it goes tonight. In the sideboard, we've got free shit. So we have Ley Lines, Vigors, a bunch of Furies, which I think is a pretty sweet addition, and then one Collector Roof, which is nice with the Eldritch Evolution. So if we play against an artifact combo deck, we have 5 Collector Roofs in our deck for one sideboard slot, which is really, really nice, as well as some Veil of Summers. I played this in a league, and in the league, I went like 2-3, almost 3-2. So at least there's there's some power in this all-in mono green-ish deck. So we'll give it our best shot today. Okay, here we are, chat. Round 1 versus Jordan, and Jordan is on, well, Jordan is on Doomsday tonight. So this looks like a very just stock Doomsday 75. This is considered rude to play in Wednesday Night Magic in many circles. No, I'm just kidding. You can play whatever deck you want. We have our main deck Endurance, so look at that. Boom. Get him. Oh shit. I don't know though. This hand looks pretty bad. I think we just need to put this one back. I don't have a Glimpse of Nature. I don't have like a ton of kobolds. I just don't think this has enough oomph in it to do anything powerful enough. Like I do have the Endurance, so yeah, you could like get my opponent in their pile or whatever, but I don't think that's a good enough reason to keep the hand, so I'm just going to mulligan this hand. No go here. I do have, obviously, I have Cradle and some mana, but doesn't seem like that's going to work out. Yeah, this is our best hand by a lot, so I'm going to just keep this and all in on the Glimpse of Nature. Sure hope my opponent doesn't play one of their 20 counter spells. That would be problematic. I don't really think it's prudent for us to play around days, as we really just need to draw the maximum number of cards. So nope, they had force. All right, well, I'm gonna hold all these in my hand. They don't have power anyways. I don't have any spells I need to cast, so might as well hold them. Oh, looks like we're probably gonna die. Unfortunate. We either are dying or they get ancestral, which is like similar to dying. Oh, we're dying. Nice. I'm totally glad I showed up and played Vintage Magic the Gathering. Doomsday. Doomsday things. All right, so theoretically, my opponent might not have, you know, a cantrip after the Doomsday. They only have one card in hand, so they might not have a cantrip, so maybe they make a pass the turn pile. If they make a pass the turn pile, we do have a lot of winning draws. Most notably, just a Thrasta should be a winning draw, with attacking with a Memnite and a Thrasta for 8. You know, another Glimpse could be good. I think it's really just Thrasta, but I'll act like it's more than just Thrasta. So, if my last card, if the last card in my opponent's hand is not a cantrip, which it doesn't feel like it is a cantrip, or else my opponent would probably have just made a very simple pile, then we have at least a draw. I guess technically an Endurance would also be a reasonable draw, as we could play out our things and hardcast it. Nope, the last card was a cantrip, so we are now dead. This is Doomsday. This is what you expect. They have counter backup and will always kill you in the first 2 turns. That's why it's the best or second best deck in the format. So yeah, we weren't getting anywhere anyways, so no big deal there. Unfortunately, I cut the archive traps, so I'm just going to bring in these veils. I'm gonna cut the evolution and the Grizzlebrand, and I'll bring in this for another evolution as well. Try that. Having a set of evolutions in Grizzlebrand that are kind of bad is nice, because it gives me easy cards to board out. It's just expert deck building. Just include bad cards in your main deck, so sideboarding is easier. All right, on the draw, or on the play now. Let's see if we can't find something. This looks good. Let's see. This is very bad against force, because if my Abundant Harvest gets forced, I have not a lot going for me, but kind of a weird hand, actually, because I can go Petal, Harvest, Cradle, Memnite, Cradle, Shepherd, and then I am left with a hand. If everything resolves, I'm left with a hand that is Glimpse, Evolution, Thrasta, which is not really great. I think I'm supposed to keep it, but there are definitely parts of this hand which don't make a lot of sense for us. But I don't really think I'm allowed to. Alright, this resolved, so that's good. I got a Cradle. Unfortunately, I don't have 2/0 drops, or I would play my Thrasta. So I'm just going to play the uncounterable Shepherd. And now my green spells are uncounterable. So if I live to turn 2, which, you know, that may or may not happen, I could cast Glimpse with 0 draw spells attached to it. So this is definitely a situation where I kind of wish I had like the Cloud of Fairies that I was talking about, or I could like evolution a Memnite into a Cloud of Fairies just as like a 0 mana or like 1 mana cantrip so I can play Thrasta. Every list is bad against Doomsday. I don't know what you want. This list actually almost went like 3-2 in a league, whereas Asmo went 0-4-0-8. So pretty off. I'm like just so far off playing Asmo in Vintage. Like it was just unplayably bad. So yeah, not interested. I mean, sure. Matt Murray would 5-0 with it. Oh, I wonder if we're dying on turn 1 to Doomsday. That would be fun. So I don't really know how I'm winning this game. I guess if I draw a 0 drop and I go Glimpse, 0 drop, 0 drop, Cradle, Thrasta, deal 9. Is that even going to be enough? I think I would legit have to, yeah. So no, never mind. I'm dead on turn 1. Like, this deck is just unreasonable. Get this fucking out of the format. Holy shit. The consistency that this deck kills on turn 1 is ridiculous. It's so fucked. I mean, I was gonna lose anyways because my deck is really bad. But like Doomsday, just get the fuck out of my format. Holy shit. All right, chat. Welcome back to round 2 of the Mythic Society Weekly. We found our way into Doomsday player number 2. So this is a pretty stock 75 of Doomsday the Gathering. Welcome everyone from Achilles stream. Hope you had a good stream. We're trying to do fun things, but currently dying to Doomsday. So let's see if we can't buck that trend. I've got, what do I have? I've got a whole lot of nothing. This does nothing. All right, let's try again. Oh, another crew. Welcome, welcome. Thank you. Hope you had a good stream. Oh, all right, this is good. This is good. I accept. All right, we're doing it. Force check. I got a Memnite. Even if they don't have a force, we at least have 3 power. I have a Memnite. I have a Memnite. I have a dinosaur. Dinosaurs? No? No dinosaurs. All right, well, unfortunate. Do we still die on turn 1? Shite. All right, we didn't die on turn 1. That's an improvement from last round. That's gonna help the clock. What does Dino do? It is a dinosaur. It has big body, big head, small arms. We actually probably just cast the Spirit Guide, seeing as it will make 1 mana permanently and do more power. So he's got big head. Ooh, end of turn vampiric. Yeah, we're just we're playing like a kobold Cheerios dinosaur thing. It's a good time when you're not dead to Doomsday. But my opponent has a very slow hand. One of the slowest Doomsday hands that I've ever seen. So it's not over. Drawing a Cradle or an Abundant Harvest. So 3 Cradles, 4 Abundant Harvests would give us enough mana to cast this turn Timber Symbiosis. Which could hit a fatty. All right, we did not get there, but we still attacking for 5. So I think because this is never going to deal damage, I'm gonna hold it back and use it in case I draw like a Glimpse of Nature or another dinosaur. But I can't imagine that we will live, but maybe we live. Demonic Tutor, okay. Black Lotus, Doomsday, Street Wraith Gush, probably. See what happens. That would be my assumption. Oh, wow. Another pass the turn. What a real... That's just a really bad Doomsday hand. So we have a series of outs here. I assume we would die if we pass the turn. Eldritch Evolution. See... That's funny. Because it doesn't fucking do anything. I don't know why I put this in my deck. Now, I do have an Endurance in my deck. But I can't cast Eldritch Evolution at instant speed, and I can make my things uncounterable by getting a Shepherd. It doesn't do anything. I wanted to have like a 5-drop that I could change my guide into, but I couldn't figure out any card that works. Yeah, I wanted a 5-drop that I could change my guide into, but I just didn't figure out one that I liked. I didn't think about the deck that much. I'm not gonna lie to you. I didn't think about it that much. All I thought was this is kind of like an Allosaurus Shepherd. So I was like, well, maybe we can evolution it away. So I only have 5 mana, so I cannot do a turn Timber Symbiosis. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I can get a Shepherd. I mean, they don't need a Street Wraith at that point. They forced? Someone didn't read my deck list. I accept, though. Yeah, all they need to do is cast Doomsday and then a cantrip and Gush. So Ancestral? Did you demonic for Ancestral? Are we just gonna win with beatdowns? This is not what we expect. Wow, we just won with Memnites. Okay. That is I accept. I am okay with this. I have no complaints as long as Doomsday dies. I have no complaints. So yeah, I'm gonna do the same thing as last time where I board these 3 in and then I cut the Eldritch Evolutions because they're not good, and then I hit submit. So if we played like good cards instead of Eldritch Evolutions, what would we play? Well, the key is like I don't actually think you want this card in your deck. I'm just playing it because it's fun. So like if you're cutting Eldritch Evolutions, then like what are you doing, right? I'm not sure. Once Upon a Time? I guess it's fine. Yeah, I guess Once Upon a Time is probably better. I think Once Upon a Time is just like it's Green Sun Zenith, maybe. Yeah, maybe Green Sun Zenith. Yeah, there are definitely cards you can put in there. So this hand does have some power to it, but it only gets you an uncounterable shepherd and a cradle and 3 mana, 4 mana. So I would need to draw another one. Yeah, this is basically a legacy list. There's like nothing in vintage that I could find that was gonna make this better. I don't know. I had to do a lot. You had to bend over backwards to make this card as something that you really wanted to play. So yeah, I mean, if you just change all of these into petals, it's just a legacy list. So though the nice part about vintage is there are no people playing 4 chalices. So I think there are definitely upsides to playing this list in vintage in like metagame comparisons in regards, in comparison to legacy. I mean, if we found another cradle, this would work. Uh, it's like not a bad hand to keep because everything's kind of uncounterable, right? If I just play Emerald Shepherd, then like my cradle is uncounterable. But how's the shops matchup? Probably garbage. Thank you for asking, though. I appreciate that. Yeah. I think I just want to put this one back too. Okay. This is certainly a all in on Glimpse hand and die, but I don't really think I want to mulligan more. I haven't found that I wanted the tapped land regrowth as much as I did when I played the Harvest Belcher version. So I haven't found that I wanted it that badly. That's a great draw. That's a fantastic draw. A bait a counter. I guess I don't actually want to bait a counter spell. Oops. That ended up working out, but I don't think that was correct. I think I was supposed to go turn Symbiosis as a land. I didn't actually want this to get like dazed or negated or anything like that. Yes. Glimpse uncounterable. All right, at least we get to cycle some Ornithopters. I'm in on cycle the Ornithopters. Okay, all right, okay. If only these were all elves, you know? All right, I guess that's where we end here. All right, I have successfully made a bunch of mana. So much mana that if I draw a Crater Hoof, we do win, which is nice. All of these do have 0 power, so not ideal. This is definitely the point where cards like Summoning Pact or Green Sun Zenith or 4 Crater Hoofs would come into play. No, I don't want an Elves list. I don't want an Elves list. Activate Shepherd only turns elf creatures, not kobolds. Even though kobolds, they're kind of like elves, right? Unfortunately. All right, well, this is an elf, so we might want to play that one. Nope, never mind. I can't pump if I do that. So I guess I could play this. I don't really want to play that in case I draw another Gaia's Glimpse of Nature. Let's think about it. If I change this into a 5/5 and attacks that to 12, and then I change them both into a 5/5, it goes to 10. Probably worth it, actually. Yeah, we have Crater Hoof Behemoths in our deck. Attack all. So my opponent can't make a pass the turn pile, which is nice. Or else they'll die. Oh, wow. Okay. We might win this game, to be perfectly honest. My opponent's hands have been very subpar. So maybe they have a bunch of counter spells and we just played all uncounterable things. Yeah, my opponent's going to die here because this is an elf spirit. Which means I'm going to hit them for 10 and they're going to go to 1 and they're no longer going to be able to doomsday me. Which is hilarious. Our deck, just crushing doomsday. Unreal. They have to Thassa's Oracle consult kill us, right? They have to Oracle consult us. I'm telling you, chat, as long as Doomsday never that doesn't actually do anything versus us. As long as Doomsday never casts the card Doomsday, totally fair deck. Don't console kill me after I said that. Please don't do it. As long as you just never cast the combo, it's totally reasonable deck. I suspect that Allosaurus Shepherd did some serious work here. What just got fatal pushed? Is fatal pushes? I do not believe that I would board in fatal push. Oh my god, no, 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 no. Oh, safe. We're safe, chat. Memnite! Memnite! I will pay for all of it. You heard me. All of it. You can't block all of it. I don't know what happened in these games. I don't know why my opponent's deck did not decide to kill me. But Memnite has now won 2 games of Vintage in a row. So, God bless. Okay, here we are. Round 3. We've got a wild Brian Kelly. Brian Kelly is on briankelly.deck, which is Judges, Familiars, Standstill, Saga, Luris, cards that Brian Kelly likes, not deck. So, Behold the Multiverse, Doomscar, Starnhelm Unleashed, Void Mirror, which could be a problematic card if you play it against us in turn 1. All manners of very fun and interesting cards that only Brian Kelly plays. So let's battle. Oh yeah, and this hand is sweet. By sweet, I mean if they have Force of Will, we probably die. But they have 1 misstep, 1 negation, and 4 Force of Will. So 40% checker. Yep. Has the misstep. Brutal. All right. Well, next turn we could, turn one of our things into a Allosaurus Shepherd, so that the next thing we draw is uncounterable, but I probably should play the Mem Knight, maybe. I don't know. They had the misstep. It is what it is. Pretty sure I want to hold these in hand and so I can play the dinosaur if I draw the dinosaur. My opponent also does play a Strip Mine and a Wasteland, so that could be very bad for us as well. They also play Chalice of the Void, which is pretty bad for us. Void Mirror, pretty bad for us. Yeah, so there's a lot of things that can go wrong. Judge's Familiar, not that bad for us. Yeah, so I'm going to, man, if I have to play 3 creatures now for my Eldritch Evolution to not be countered. So I'm just gonna hold these. I think having a Cradle and a Glimpse is good enough for us to keep, and then we just hope that our opponent doesn't have a counter spell. I'm not like upset with the hand we kept. It is what it is. Saga Standstill. Herd in. All right. Well, at this point, I could play out some kobolds and cast this Eldritch Evolution. And get the Shepherd. But just having a Shepherd doesn't really do anything for me, so maybe I'll just cast this Mem Knight. At least that attacks. I'm not going to attack in. My opponent could have Snapcaster Mage. One of their 2 creatures. Shepherd does not currently attack for 5 every turn because I will lose a creature to get the... Oh no, I guess you're right. I would have exactly 6. But this is the kind of reason that I wanted to hold. Currently, we're 2 mana short. All right, so for this point, I'm going to... I feel like I'm going to get Flusterstormed, but I'm gonna try to get a Shepherd. No, we don't play Natural Order. Natural Order requires you to sack a green creature, chat. We don't actually play green creatures. Not a card you're allowed to play in your Kobold's deck. Alright, so we did get Flusterstormed, but it does mean my opponent doesn't get a Saga token, which is nice. I'm just going to hold these Kobolds in case I draw a Dinosaur. Something like a Dinosaur. Don't really want to trade off. This is my mana. So yeah, currently we can draw a Dinosaur and play a Dinosaur for 6 mana. We can draw 2 creatures. We can draw an Abundant Harvest for another Cradle. We could draw a Cradle. We could draw a Symbiosis and we're 2 mana away. So I'd probably just play the Symbiosis as a land. So my opponent's making a Construct. Gonna go get a... Probably a Sensei's Divining Top, I would assume. We don't really have anything to needle in our deck, and they can't get a Chalice. So they're gonna get an Expedition map for another Saga. Oh, they're gonna get an Expedition map for a Strip Mine. That's pretty good. Unfortunately, we're gonna be a turn late here. So unfortunate. I guess we wouldn't even have it. We would have to draw another 0-drop on our next turn for the hoof to be cast. So. But now my opponent's definitely just going to expedition mine for a expedition map for a strip mine. So we're now, you know, 2 cards away again. But our green spells can't be countered, so that's nice. Certainly bad for us. I'm gonna hold that one. Gonna hold that one. We draw a Glimpse of Nature. We can then go play it Glimpse and get to do the Glimpse thing, which is nice. Though the opponent only has one more Wasteland in their deck, so maybe we should play it out just so that if we do get the Glimpse turn, then we can still draw. Oh god, no. Now they're gonna have Luris Expedition map. So there's definitely some downside to playing it. Alright, well. Now I can go get another Gaia's Cradle. Which means I am 1 creature or mana away. Next turn. That's actually pretty good. Well, I guess these have to resolve. Which is problematic because these are not uncounterable because they're not green. So my opponent could force my kobolds. But I currently have 7 mana and hoof, or if both my kobolds resolved, I have 7 mana and I have a hoof that is 8 mana. My opponent shouldn't be able to Luris and map and strip. Here comes Luris. Like expedition map, I assume. All right, so there's a chance we could maybe win this turn. I'm not exactly sure if the math works. I don't really care. I would just do it anyways. So if I draw a 0-drop, play all 3 0-drops, and play Behemoth, that might be good. That is not a 0-drop, but I'm still gonna do it, right? Oh no, I shouldn't have played that. Oh wait, this is uncounterable. I should just cast this for 7 mana. I can hit a hoof or it's so bad. It's so much worse. So much worse. Yeah, I don't want this to get strip mined, I think. So maybe I shouldn't have played these out. Hmm. Hmm. So I have the problem is like a dino is probably not good enough, right? So I really have I have a Grizzlebrand still too. Hmm. I have 7 looks at 4 dinos, 1 behemoth, and 1 Grizzlebrand. No, green spells cannot be countered, chat. Oh no. Oh no. I mean, I could definitely hit. Well, I know that. All right, how many cards were revealed? 40 cards were revealed last turn. So that means there were 47 cards in the deck. So that means that the top 5 cards are not these cards. So I actually have a Crater Hoof, right? Because all of my Thrastas are in the bottom 40 and my Grizzlebrand, but I have a hoof. I have a hoof in my top 5 cards, I think. That's how that works, right? I'm pretty sure that's how that works. I know 5 of my 40. No, I was wrong. I was wrong. Is this... Did I miss a Crater Hoof? Oh, I missed it. It's right here. I missed it. All right, so I just punted really, really badly then. Oh well. Yeah, I probably can't win now. Whoops. I've just missed the Crater Hoof right here. Whoops. So that is something that I should have looked at for sure, but it was definitely something I was supposed to look at to see if I like knew the contents of my top X cards because of my Abundant Harvest. I just messed up. Technically, I had 2 unknowns that could have been any of the hits, but yeah, I definitely should not have done that. I just missed this Crater Hoof on my first pass through. Oh well. So yeah, the other thing what I should have done is just played out another turn Timber and just gone to the next turn. Was there a Shepherd in that? Did I miss a Shepherd too on that reveal? There was probably a Shepherd I could have taken, right? I didn't want to Endurance my opponent because that would have put another Wasteland into their deck. But maybe the creature would have been big enough. At the very least, I should have chosen Shepherd. How does this work? This is 3 mana value? Okay, then I should have definitely just chosen Endurance then. Shit. Because the Endurance would have been a 4/7 Vigilance. Yeah, that was really bad. Oh my god, I punted that in like 4 different ways. Can you Endurance yourself? I thought it was target opponent. Oh, it is target player. Yeah, probably. Yeah, we should definitely have Enduranced. I just didn't want to put a Wasteland back in my opponent's deck, but because they have a looping Expedition map. But I should probably have Endurance myself if that was an option. Whoops. Fucked up, chat. My bad. And now we know that 2 Cradles are on the bottom of my deck, so I have to draw another Abundant Harvest. Just really bad for me, too. But yeah, I probably threw a very winnable game with that play. We were 1 card away from hitting Grizzlebrand. Really? Why are you gonna do me like that? We were 1 card away from hitting Grizzlebrand. Yeah? Not good. Ooh, boy. Yeah, there were 2 better choices on that turn Timber Symbiosis. Oh, rip the 1/1. I mean, Luris is getting in too. God days. Totally winnable game. I guess my opponent did have a Swords, so my My hoof probably would have gotten countered. So I don't have to be too sad. My opponent can just block with this Judge's Familiar and sack too. And just replay. Oh wait, no, they can't just sack. Not sack, they can just replay is what I mean. We don't have any outs anymore. My opponent has a sword. I'm just getting beat down with life linkers. They have counter lock on our abundant harvest. So there's not much more to play for anymore. My opponent just expedition map for a Library of Alexandria. Oh, Brian Kelly, never change. Never change. All right, you got me, Brian. You got me. Yeah, so I think we definitely should have played it differently, but I don't think it would have mattered. Don't think it would have mattered very much. So we probably just want to bring in Veil and nothing else. I guess I can't Force of Vigor, avoid mirror. I guess I can Force of Vigor a Chalice. I guess. I'll just put one Force of Vigor in my deck. I don't know. I don't think it matters very much. I guess this is probably just better, right? It stops map, explosives, pop. Yeah, it's probably better just to do this switch again. Huh. I thought I was so smart with that Abundant Harvest, having gone 40 cards deep with the Abundant Harvest. I thought I was so smart. I don't even know if that like Crater Hoof was lethal. I assume it probably was, but that's sad. How good would that have felt though? How good would that have felt if we just were like, hey, we know exactly that there's a Crater Hoof in our top 5 out of 7. That would have been so sweet. All right, let's try again. Yeah. Yeah. Yes. I keep this hand. This hand's great. We're gonna just go Shepherd, and then next turn we can go Glimpse, and if we hit an Elvish Spirit Guide, we can harvest for a Gaia's Cradle. This hand's very good. It's very good. Until my opponent, casts Chalice of the Void. Or Void Mirror or something. Or even Swords to Plowshares. I hate this game so much. Incredible. Brian Kelly things. I'm aware I still draw cards. I don't think that's gonna make it good enough when I don't make any mana from them. I I think I'm supposed to play this as a land and cast Glimpse number 2. I could miss on this, but come on, 0 drops. Yeah. I certainly feel like we would have been in a pretty good spot had had my opponent not had Chalice of the Void, but all right. Well, I don't really know where we're going from here. I guess I can Abundant Harvest for a Cradle next turn. And then play a Cradle, play a Shepherd. I need to find another 0 drop to play a Tempest guy. A big old Dino. All right, maybe this is still winnable through Chalice of 0. Just because of the power of Shepherd being everything's uncounterable. Maybe it's still actually winnable. White. Foretell. Whatever, don't care. All right, so this is a dinosaur this turn. So no, I'm 1 short on a dinosaur because I need to be 3 mana, right? I'm 1 short on the dinosaur. So if my opponent has Doomscar as their Foretold card, I don't really want to get both of my Shepherds killed. So I probably want to hold that other Shepherd. I think I'm gonna get 2 Cradles. I mean, are they really gonna Doomscar though if I don't play another creature out? That's kind of what I'm worried about. I guess next turn I can just go Shepherd, Harvest, Kobolds, and play a Tempest. This is my only real line actually, right? Did I board out Endurance? I could change a Shepherd into an Endurance if I wanted to. I kind of want to be able to Eldritch Evolution on the same turn and get a... Well, I can't get a Grizzlebrand because I took it out of my deck. Well. I have a feeling I'm probably just going to get Wrath of Godded by this Foretell card and everything will be sad. That's kind of the feeling that I have right now, but... My opponent has 10 cards in hand. Wonderful. Yeah, so if I still had the Grizzlebrand in my deck, I'd be 1 mana away from casting Eldritch Evolution for Grizzlebrand after attacking. Or maybe I wouldn't attack because my opponent probably has swords. Just want to draw 7 cards. That's kind of the idea that I had, right? Was attack and then change it to a Grizzlebrand and refuel. But maybe that's not even like remotely necessary. Glimpse. Yeah, okay, yeah, I'm down. Let's do that. Glimpse. All right, well, my dinosaur certainly doesn't cost very much money now. So I can go I know, Daddy. It says hexproof, right? So I totally could turn it into a Grizzlebrand on the next turn if I really wanted to. Interesting. I probably still want to cast this because it's going to draw me a card now. Maybe I'm supposed to hold them for the next turn's Dino Daddy. Not sure. I feel like drawing cards is better, but maybe what am I drawing into, I guess, is a question worth having. I mean, I have a lot of secondary plans now, so yeah, if only they were all green. I guess I should have played around Snapcaster Mage, but I think that would be fine. All right, my opponent's at 10. I have a dinosaur that they have to kill. And then next turn I have refuel. So, winnable? Winnable? Can we win through Chalice on turn 1? That would be pretty cool. Not gonna lie. This looks like it's Doomscar. Yeah. Oh, it's kind of annoying. Because now I have to draw a 0-drop. No, I can't even draw a 0-drop now. Oh, wait, they killed my turn Timber Symbiosis. Interesting. Yeah, that makes sense, I guess. So I don't think I'm supposed to play. I think I'm supposed to just cycle Harvest. I don't think I want to use my Cradle this turn. Spirit Guide. Interesting. I don't think we need any more Gaia's Cradles. I think I would rather just like I was trying to go for like a 0-drop so that I could make this cost less on the next turn. Ah, shit. Forgot they have a Caracas in their deck. So I can turn this. All right, so I need to get enough mana to turn this into a Crater Hoof. Okay, all right. New plan. Oh, it's hexproof. You're right. I keep forgetting that it's hexproof. I'm not gonna lie. All right, all right. So I think this turn I just Spirit Guide out an Endurance, and then Cradle Tempest, and attack. Do I want to put up to one player? Is there a player that I want to put cards back into my deck? I don't think I want to put these 0-drops back in my deck. And I don't think I want to put Strip Mine Ancestral Doomscar back in the deck, so I think I'm just gonna hit okay. And then new Cradle, Dinosaur. Oh, I need one more spell. I fucked up, didn't I? Thought I did 3 spells. Whoops. All right, so I can. I can do nothing, right? I fucked up. There's just nothing to do, right? I thought I had 3, but I only had 2. I could go Abundant Growth now. There's nothing for me to really Eldritch Evolution into. Harvesting for a 0-drop isn't going to help me when my dinosaur costs 6 mana, right? I guess it will. I have to hit a 0-drop. Is that actually better than, like, hitting a Cradle and looking to have 7 mana on the next turn? I don't know if that's actually better. It might be. It might be better. Hit a Turn Timber Symbiosis. Okay. Well, I really fucked that one up. I do have a 3/4 at the end of the day, though. That's kind of nice. Definitely am sad. This is the spot I wish I had a sick 5-drop I could get. Like, I don't know. Priest of Titania or something. Containment Priest. I didn't even know that was in my opponent's deck. Alright, well, it's a good thing I didn't cast Turn Timber Symbiosis or Eldritch Evolution. I think we're gonna have a hard time now, because I used too many of my Abundant Harvests, and I don't have any more Cradles, and I need double Cradle. Oh, this has Endurance. Has Reach. I thought it had a Vigilance as Reach, apparently. Alright, so I'm gonna just play my Allosaurus Shepherd, and I'm going to play my land tapped. Now I have 6 mana, which means I can pump my Shepherds next turn. So I have 18 power next turn, right? What is this? Behold the multitudes. Maybe I win next turn then. If we can just beat this Chalice of the Void, that's hilarious. That would be great. I mean, we drew very, very well. Drawing 4 of my 4 Shepherds, which are like the only things that I can cast that will make my Cradle have mana, is pretty funny to me. So currently they are dead on board without something, but they do have 10 cards in their hand because they've had a library since turn 1 and an ancestral. I don't know how many. What do they play? They play 2 Swords to Plowshares. Are there removal spells? It's winnable. It's winnable. Even with all the mistakes. Totally winnable. They foretell? What other foretell cards do they have? Oh no, they have the angel one. Wait, why didn't they wasteland me? Oh, Brian, you done goofed. Why didn't he wasteland me? It's a bait? The Wasteland didn't end up mattering. I did draw another Cradle, but... He has to have a Swords to Plowshares here. Snuck one. My opponent only drew 30. I guess we drew more cards than the opponent. Our 0 drops that just cycled were too strong. Oh my lord, that is not a game that I thought I was going to do the winning of. Good lord. We'll take it, I guess. I should put one freaking Vigor in my deck. Better than this Eldritch Revolution anyways. Oh, Brian Kelly matches. Something we could have done was Veil of Summer into Glimpse into 0 drops. So maybe we could have held at some point as well. We could have made our things uncounterable. So there was actually some play there that we could have done instead. Not that we drew a Veil in our top 30, so it didn't really matter. All right, obviously this hand doesn't do anything. This hand doesn't do anything. This hand does... This hand's pretty good, actually. Keep. Goes on the bottom, and then... 1, 2, 3, 4. I guess I can just bottom this Glimpse and go all in on Kobold, Harvest, or Harvest, Kobold, Cradle, 7/7. I mean, if he forces the Mox, he forces the Mox. Like, what am I gonna do? Like, that's, I'm mulliganing to 5, and this is where we're at in life. Yep. Force the Mox. All right. Well, I guess I can play the Memnite out. All right, we have 4 Spirit. We have tons of draws, so maybe I'm supposed to hold the Memnite. Yeah, don't think so. Has Krakus and a Strip Mine. Captain Fluster is interesting. Yeah, and that's not a good draw. Am I gonna get Containment Priest here? The key to playing an all one-of deck like Brian Kelly is to only draw the one-ofs that are good. I think this was gonna be, I mean, maybe it wasn't actually playable against Krakus, but whatever. I was on a mold of 5. Gotta do what I gotta do. If I draw a Spirit Guide and resolve a Harvest, I can play a 7/7. Not that that's that good. Opponent's gonna be looping Expedition maps. So I don't really think I have any game here. My opponent just happened to have a Forceful. So what's a guy to do? Oops, cat. Can I get a Spirit Guide, please? All right. Any Harvesters? All right, well, next turn I can play a 7/7. That immediately will not do enough, but it will not do enough, and then they will expedition map and wasteland it, and then I will lose. I guess the best thing that can happen to us is we draw a glimpse of nature, and the glimpse of nature resolves. I feel like that's our only real chance. You're still yeah. He's gonna get a wasteland now. Yeah, I guess they only have 2 wastelands in their deck. It's not exactly wasteland locked per se, but Urza Saga is certainly a powerful card, but it's pretty slow in most circumstances. Oh no! Engineered explosives. Not like this. Yeah. Don't really know what I'm supposed to do here. Maybe I'm supposed to wait and hide until I can find a glimpse, but I'm off it. I guess this is a scenario where I definitely wish I had Eldritch Evolution in my deck. Um I don't know. We're just dead. I don't think I'm allowed to make this play. I probably have to wait and draw a Glimpse of Nature and hope they don't have a counterspell. It's probably not actually a legal line here in terms of winning the game anyways. Yup. Yeah, we're not going to time out Brian Kelly in the Wednesday night vintage, especially when I'm basically locked out of the game. That is not something that I plan to do. Yeah, I'm good here. I guess I can still technically draw Glimpse of Nature. I mean, my opponent should just search up a Wasteland and Wasteland my Turn Timber Symbiosis thing, and then it's over. Might not because he's playing fast, but no. No worries, Brian Kelly's got it. And he's going to be able to win with the time remaining, too, because this construct is going to be so large. Nope, they hit the wrong one. Needed to hit this one. But it's not going to matter anyways. We did. We fought pretty hard. We beat a Chalice on 0 in game 1, so can't complain too much. Can't complain too much. It's going to be pretty sad if we just hit up a buy in this last round, but... Oh. All right, here we go. Round 4. And we playing against Jund. Luris, Renin 6, Deathrite Shaman. No Force of Wills, so... it's our time to shine. Yeah, this is I mean, they do have 4 Assassin's Trophy, which is a little problematic. But, this one is how close to a Grizzlebrand? Is this enough to Grizzlebrand? Yeah, we're Grizzlebranding. Hell yeah. Wait, no, we're killing them, aren't we? No, wait. Craterhoof doesn't give haste, right? Craterhoof does not give. Let me just make sure Craterhoof does not give haste. All right, I think we're actually using the Eldritch Evolution as intended. Craterhoof does not give haste. No. Okay. Well, it has haste, but it's not going to be big enough. So I got kobolds. I think what I'm gonna do is just immediately turn it into a Grizzlebrand. Can I get a Craterhoof into play? Yeah, if I draw another Eldritch up, well, no, that wouldn't work. So, I mean, I can draw a bunch more cards, right? I don't know. The worst that could happen. Oh, it's Lotus Glimpse. That's what we're here for, right? Trying to figure out how we can win on this turn. Like a 21 power Craterhoof Behemoth, I guess. Get Eldritch Evolution, a Grizzlebrand into a Craterhoof. This is where I used to have a Cloud of Fairies in my list, so that I could Eldritch Evolution into a Cloud of Fairies and make a bunch of mana. I had a Cloud of Fairies in my original list, but I cut it, and then I didn't cut the Eldritch Evolutions after. All right, I think I'm gonna draw down to 6. I can get double bolted by doing this. But I just need to have 14 creatures in play when I Eldritch Evolution to make a lethal hoof that they have to block. And I have an active glimpse. Yeah, whatever. Let's just draw 7. So I think I'm short. So I can play it. I'm actually 1 mana short. I'm 1 spirit guide short. Because if I had, I could go Thrasta. And then, oh, I can't even get the hoof anymore. Never mind. If I had 4 spirit, if I had another spirit guide and I hadn't drawn both hoofs, then I could have played a Tempest and then spirit guided or I could have evolutioned the Grizzlebrand into a hoof and killed with those 2. So I can't do that. So I think I just play another dinosaur, and then hopefully they don't have double bolt. I guess I can keep drawing cards. All right, that's it. I hope I don't get double bolted. I guess. Yeah. I almost figured out a way to win in one turn there. It was pretty close. All right. Hoof, there it is. Are you ready, chat? Hope you're ready. It's gonna be beautiful. No, let me double hoof you. I had double hoof. It would have been so much damage. One drop that lets you sack to play an extra land. I don't know what that card is. What is that card? If I had found that card, I would have probably played it. We had double hoof there. It was gonna be sick. All right, my opponent has Mindbreak Traps, Tabernacles, Void Mirrors. What they have, and they also, I don't know if we want some Furies or like some Deathrite Shamans. Maybe not. Maybe we just, I don't really think we want Veils. They have, I guess we do want Veils against like Decay and stuff, or not Decay, Assassin's Trophy mostly. Not Crop Rotation. I wouldn't play Crop Rotation. Now y'all get to see why I put the Eldritch Evolution in my deck. That was the whole reason. That was the whole reason. Sack, put a land from hand into... Oh, I didn't know about that card. I looked on Gatherer for cards that would let me... So I had other ideas. Like I had like a... You could put like a Zuza in your deck so that you could Eldritch Evolution for a Zuza and then just play a Zuza. But yeah, that would have worked pretty fine because that lets you change one of these. So I don't know. It's still like not very good and kind of it's kind of narrow. So well, this is certainly the matchup where I do want Eldritch Evolution though. I think we need 4 though. That. Yeah, that would be a pretty good one to include. I would probably play that, but I don't know if I would play Eldritch Evolution again, so doesn't really matter when you don't have Eldritch Evolution. This hand's interesting. I don't really think you typically need to make your duders have power and toughness, but maybe you do. I guess I probably don't need to keep in Aluris Shepherd when my opponent does not have counter spells. I guess they technically have Mental Misstep, but I probably don't need to keep this card in. Maybe I should bring in some Furies. The nice part about this next turn is I get to play a Thrasta and leave open Veil if they don't have a Wasteland. You know, if I had to pick any matchup in Vintage, Jund would definitely be the one I would choose. Boom, Dinosaur. No! Fuck you! Permanents I control gain hexproof. Why's it gotta be permanents I control gain hexproof? So sad. So sad. And Wasteland? How rude. Come on, come on. Assassin's Trophy my land. Assassin's Trophy my land. Please Assassin's Trophy my land. Oh no. Oh no. That is not how Shepherd works, Sullivan. Shepherd only buffs elves. But yeah. Yeah, it's still a 5/5 if I have Cradle for sure. That has definitely won me multiple games. Shepherd doesn't exactly beat Void Mirror, unfortunately, because these are not green spells. So nothing really works in our favor. Not gonna lie to you right now, chat. These are also not green spells. It's okay though. If I just hold some zeros and then I get another land, then we can play a big old dinosaur. Veil does beat Mirror, which is a nice one for sure. Wow. Yeah. I love the old Ancestral off Deathray Shaman. That one always gets me. It's truly just one trop, I guess. Hmm. Okay. Glimpse. Yeah. I need to draw a Cradle. If I draw another land, I could Veil as well. Cycle, 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 cycle. All right. That's a Cradle. No, the one turn I leave down Veil of Summer? Bro, why are you like this? I can't believe that. So sad. I was trying to leave Veil open the whole time for that. Oh well. My opponents just got the sick Multi-5 strats with the Mindbreak Trap Void Mirror combo. Not exactly a combo for anyone playing at home. Unfortunate. So we still got some game. For instance, Spirit Guide, Abundant Harvest, Cradle. Ooh, a cat. No, no, that would be so good right now. That would definitely be a dinosaur. I would get to go Lotus, harvest for a cradle, harvest for a cradle, play a cradle, play a dinosaur. Damn. All right, if we were to draw Elvish Spirit Guide next turn, and we go Veil of Summer, Abundant Harvest, Glimpse of Nature, Thrasta. I feel like there's a non-zero chance we can win the game. I think if we draw exactly Elvish Spirit Guide this turn, I think it's possible. Unfortunate. We did get wrecked by a Mindbreak Trap, did we not? Whatever. It do be like that sometimes. Okay, last attempt of the night. Let's see what we can do here. Nope. Nope. Yep. All right. Draw 3. It's like an Ancestral Recall. Those are not the best draws. I will not lie to you. I'm not exactly happy about our Ancestral Recall here. Certainly went worse than I hoped it would. Sad days. We didn't do nothing tonight, but we certainly didn't do things. Ren and 6? No. No, come back, Mem Knight. We have a Deathray Shaman too? Oh, this is so cheating. So cheating. I guess we're gonna have to save up for some turns here. Just getting destroyed by Jund. Unlucky. God, so brutal. So brutal. This is a super sad day. I don't even know how we come back from this. We get Wasteland locked, and then I guess we need to draw a Cradle and another 0-drop, and then hope they have no answers for a 7/7. I guess. Oh well. We tried our best. Just your best wasn't good enough. Well, I needed that glimpse of nature to. Okay. So this makes it cost 6. So I can only make 4. All right. So I need to draw another kobold. There's a chance. So you're saying there's a chance. What? No, stop it. All right, I really need to draw it this turn. So I really need to draw a 0-drop this turn so that I can kill the Ren and 6 before they get the Wasteland back. I cannot let them get the Wasteland back. Please 0-drop it. Why are you like this? I think this game is actually winnable if I draw 0-drop there. Go 0-0-0, cradle cradle this thing, kill the Ren and 6. I mean, if they have Mind Break Trap, they have Mind Break Trap. What do you like? I can't do anything about that. My opponent doesn't draw cards, so they would have to naturally have a Mind Break Trap. I mean, there's a possibility my opponent doesn't return a Wasteland. Well, now we're pretty locked, unfortunately. Oh, it's so sad. It's sickening. It's ridiculous. I guess, like, there's no way we're ever gonna be able to refuel after this. It's the wrong order. I guess at least let them show us they have Mind Break Trap as well. Oh well. Yeah, if we just drew that in the other order, I think this is a very playable game. But we drew it slightly wrong order. Yep. I guess Tab is fine versus us if you're also a Wasteland deck. They probably have so many dead cards that it's worth it. I was really hoping they were going to play Catacombs, Fetch, and rebuy it last turn instead of rebuying Wasteland, but... If I had an Elvish Spirit Guide, and then I could pay. Guess we're back to, right cards. Yeah, I think that's it. I don't really. I don't really. It's just this is game. Let's just get out of here. Let's just get out of here. Sideboard cards were too much. A rough one. A rough one. The deck wasn't very good, but it wasn't really supposed to be very good. I think you probably want to just like take these cards out of the deck and play like Once Upon a Times and Crater Hoofs or something like that. Not Craft. Something like this, maybe. That probably makes more sense than the evolutions, though we did get to Eldritch Evolution into a Grizzlebrand once in this tournament on turn 1, so that was pretty sick. It's worth it at least for that moment in time. I mean, this is like a legacy deck, right? So theoretically, you could play in legacy. Maybe it's a little bit better. You just turn these Moxen into Lotus Petals, and turn one more of these creatures into another Lotus Petal, and then boom, that's a legacy deck. So totally something you can choose to do. If that is something you want to do. I don't think it's something that I want to do ever again, so I did definitely get to have a little fun, so. Okay, yeah, I can turn it back off. Thanks for that. Yeah, so if you're new here, make sure that you follow the stream, check out the channel. This is the YouTube channel. I stream every Wednesday, 7 p.m. Eastern, for these Mythic Societies, these fun little brew tournaments, F&M style, and then I usually stream a challenge on Saturday at 1 p.m. Eastern. This week, I will not be streaming the 1 p.m. Eastern challenge because I will be at a housewarming, so I'm going to try again as long as I, make it back to my house to play the 3 a.m. challenge on Sunday morning. That's the plan this week. I could stream Thursday or Friday night. I haven't decided yet. That's usually a kind of a spur of the moment thing, and we'll see what happens on those nights. But thank you everybody for watching.